Hey guys, it's Beauty Queen and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do some baking because why not? I did a bake with me last time and it kind of failed because I didn't have the ingredients, but now I've got ingredients, so I decided to do a whole new one of baking with me. So let's just get straight into the video. I still don't have the proper recipe because I don't do recipes, so let's just bring you down a bit. So we're going to use a recipe again. I'm using this to mix everything in. So let's just get everything we need. I think I'm going to start with the flour today. And I'm going to be using self-rising flour. I'm going to use 1 cup of self-rising flour. Maybe. I will be using other flour, so that's why I'm not doing much. I'm just trying to make sure this is a good amount. Actually, I'm going to do half a cup of self-rising flour and half a cup of... where are all my other flours? Half a cup of high grade flour, ideal for baking bread, so just white flour. So I'm just going to tip that in. Yep, that's about half. Sweet. I just got flour in my eyes. That's not a pleasant feeling whatsoever. So I'm just going to kind of get a whisk and just whisk this together, and I need to put my camera charger, change batteries because my camera's about to die. Now I'm going to add my sugar. I'm using white sugar, just Palm's brand, because I ain't got no fancy stuff. Okay, ooh. I think I'm not going to use a lot of sugar, so I need a new measuring cup. Half a cup of white sugar. We can always add more later. I think last time I tried doing it with raw sugar. That's way too much. Oops. That's way too much sugar. Oh well. This is going to taste interesting. I think because we put a lot of sugar in, we won't put a lot of cocoa in. So, I know, we still got to because it's chocolate. So, half a cup of cocoa. Sweet. And I'm going to give it a quick mix together before we add the rest. Of what we need. I just want to mix it because I want to make sure this looks really good. And it's all mixed together finally. I am going to make a hole in the middle kind of thing for the eggs and the milk. So that's kind of what it looks like now. It looks really good actually. It's not a lot than I thought. Where is my measuring thing? It doesn't tell me. I think we're at about half a cup here at the moment, like half a pan. So we need milk. 1 cup of milk. Let me get my milk. Ooh. Sweet. I'm going to add a little bit of water too. Not a lot. Just enough. Oh, we need eggs. Where did my mum put the eggs? We got eggs the other day, so I thought I would use some of them. That's one more thing. I'm not putting a lot of water in, just a little bit. I think I'm going to start, there's the eggs. Mixing it without the eggs now just to get that consistency that I want. It's actually coming out more like a mousse, surprisingly. Which I'm really surprised about, and it's actually almost the perfect texture, surprisingly. I'm actually surprised about that. I kind of thought I was going to muck up. I think we're going to start preheating the oven soon. So some of these look like they're going to go off. So we're going to have to crack them in a pan first. I don't know how good these eggs are, so I'm just going to get a smaller bowl to crack them into so that I can, make sure I ain't getting anything on it or in it, whatever you want to call it. I can't speak. Okay, there's a bowl. I'm just going to crack the eggs and put it in. All 3 eggs I put in were good, so I'm just going to mix it together now and make sure it gets the consistency that I need. Beat with love, might I add. There's no point making this without love. I actually think this consistency is kind of runny, so I might add a little bit more of the white flour just because it's so runny. It's not really the consistency that I want. Yeah, that's just way too runny for me. So I'm going to add a little bit more flour. I don't want to add any more self-rising flour because that's just going to turn out bad. So I think what we'll do is go a little like this. I'm just going to sprinkle it on top, not a lot, as I said. But if I need more, I can add more. And it's just till I get the right consistency that I want. Which I think actually might need a little bit more. You kind of really... Baking is all about the consistency, for me at least. So if it's not the right consistency, it's going to turn out bad. And you might be thinking, why don't you just use a recipe? I don't like using recipes. I find it tastes better when I don't use a recipe. I think that will be enough. Put the excess back in the bag so we're not wasting. Sweet. That's better. So I am going to start preheating the oven. I'm going to put it on to 200 on both edges. And we will turn it down to 150 when we get it in. I'm going to put a little bit of butter in, and then hopefully it will melt. I just want the butter for the extra creaminess because I could use cream, just a knob, just a slice. I know it's not going to turn, melt yet, so I'm not going to worry too much about beating it into the batter because I know as long as I can get it to get to a place where it's not going to just go on one spot for the batter, because that's not what we want. So I'm kind of just beating it into the batter even though I know it's not going to do much. But it just helps it spread out more evenly for it when it goes into the pan. Right, now I'm just going to get my pan ready for it to cook. So I'm getting I'm going to find a cake pan, and then I'll be back. So Mum has this massive bad boy, so we are going to grease it and put non-stick paper on. So what I do is I get my paper. just baking paper. That's all I use is normal baking paper. Oh, I've got Snapchats coming in. Alright, that's way too much. Trying to just get to the right amount without wasting paper. I don't like wasting anything. Yeah, I think that's big enough. So I might just use scissors instead of the actual thing because I know it doesn't work very well. I don't worry about a straight cut. It gets thrown out at the end anyway. Like, I don't care about that sort of stuff as long as it works. That's all I care for. I'm just going to measure this out and make sure it actually fits. It kind of will. Maybe should have gone a little bit bigger. But we'll work with it. So I'm just going to rip the top of the butter off. You might be wondering why. I use this just to grease it. So put it in, move it around and grease. It allows for a non-stick sort of situation. My hands are greasy now. Is this on? Oh yeah, it is, and it is really warming up. So then I kind of just stick this in where it needs to go and like pat it down almost. I'm definitely going to have, I don't have any paper thick enough, but at least I have somewhat. I don't have anything for up here, but I can get some, and I might actually for just the sides. I'm going to use this just so I can like stick some of it to the side so that it doesn't like get stuck to the pan is the biggest thing, is you don't want it sticking to the actual pan itself. So I'm kind of just cutting off strips and sticking it on the side. Of where I think it might stick in the end. Sometimes this way doesn't work, other times it does. So we're just going to go with that, and then I just got extra parchment paper. Baking paper. I call it parchment and baking paper, and I don't understand why. So now you can kind of see that I've got like no air gaps. So I'm just going to do one last quick thing and pour it straight in. I want to kind of show you guys what I'm doing, because this could be pouring worthy. Wait. Sweet. I'm just going to leave that like that for now. Right. Pouring time. That was such an actually nice pour. I've never done a nice pour like that before. I'm proud of myself. So I'm just trying to get the last little bits off this to get as much of the batter out as possible. I might just lift that up a little bit because that is so going to fall. Right. Right. It's time to put it in the oven. Sure that's all in. Yep. What the hell? I want that going. Oh, there. Now I'm going to turn this down to 150, and I'll come back to it in a couple of, like 10-15 minutes. Check it and I'll bring you guys along, and then we'll keep checking it every 5 minutes from there because I don't know how long it's going to take. So that's what it looks like. The butter didn't do what I wanted it to do, but it looks okay, and it is hot. Like, that was burning me. Let's wait for it to cool down and then try it. It's actually not too bad. It could have done with a little bit more chocolate, but it's quite thick, so it does count as a cake. And you can definitely taste the chocolate. So I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10, just because it's not got enough chocolate. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!